First off, I just want to say thank you for 500 subscribers. I recently started re-uploading like 5 days ago, and the video I Want to Be Loved, Not Lusted After was a huge, like, resonated with so many of these people that watched it. And it's just amazing to see that I've kind of found my people, and it feels good. And that goes into this next topic of being real. You will not find your people unless you are 100% authentically real with yourself. And a lot of us have a desire to be liked, right? You want to fit into the crowd. You want to be relatable. You want to be liked. In the ancient days, when we were cavemen, we had to be liked in order to stay with the tribe, to stay with the pack. Otherwise, you were ostracized and you were kicked out. But the thing is, we don't live in that age anymore. We don't have to fit in. And the crazy thing is, you can stand out and people will still gravitate towards you. You need to be more real. I was really afraid to put out my last video about me talking about being loved versus lusted after. And that was because I felt like I was the only person who was experiencing that. I felt like I was the only one who wanted real love and didn't want to be, just a hookup for somebody. It felt as though my problem was only mine and nobody else's. But when I published that video, I did not expect it to do as much damage as it did. And I have so many people in the comments saying, dude, you're not alone. Thank you for publishing this video. Thank you for saying this from the perspective as a guy, because more people need to hear this. And if I hadn't published the video, if I hadn't sat down, recorded it, and just talked about how I felt about it, and was so authentically myself, I wouldn't have found my people. I wouldn't have found you guys watching. You will not find your people unless you are authentically real with yourself. I still find it incredibly difficult to find people in my general, vicinity, physical vicinity. Talk to them and be like, hey, I don't like hooking up. I don't like looking at women that way. And they're like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, it's nothing. It's not a big deal. Like, why are you stressing out? Like, no. I stand on my beliefs. I stand firm on what I believe in. And I say, no, I don't like that. I don't want to objectify people. And I stand firm on it. I'm not going to change my beliefs because somebody says I stand out. That's not how this works. You have to stay firm on what you believe, because if you don't, you lose all personal identity, self-identity in who you are as an individual. Don't let people decide who you are for you. You decide who you are for you. And people may not like you for it, but when you do this, you are going to attract your people. Even if it is a very little amount of people, then so be it. I have 3. I have 3 people that I can actually count on in my life as a friend. I have 3 people. My circles are very tight because I surround myself with people that actually concern themselves with self-development and growing and being better. Not a lot of people in this world, especially where I work, not a lot of people understand me. And I've accepted that. I'm glad though that I'm building this community to be able to, get to know some of you guys better, because a lot of you are incredibly intelligent and philosophically oriented in the essence of what it means to live. and not just be alive. Because there's a difference there. Don't stray away from your personality just because somebody says it's weird. Just because somebody says, you know, you're strange for doing that. Like, why? A lot of people I work with do not understand me. They don't get it. They don't get why I do certain things. They don't understand, oh, why don't you drink? Oh, why don't you party with us? Why don't you do this and that? It's like, I don't care to. And now I'm just kind of known as that guy. Like, I don't go out to drink. Oh, you know, Marley, he doesn't like show up. He doesn't do things. He doesn't, you know, and that's okay. People might think you're weird at first, but the more you solidify your personality as somebody that does a certain thing, has certain habits, they're going to stop bugging you about it, and they're going to understand that that's who you are. They might not understand you, but they understand your behavior. So you need to be real with yourself and the people around you, because you will attract the energy you put out into the world. In order to maintain your identity and your character, you have to stand firm on what you believe in. Otherwise, you don't really have an identity, and you're just whoever, you know, X person standing in front of you wants you to be. This is why I don't crumble under peer pressure. I don't say yes to something just because somebody wants me to do something, because I know who I am, and I don't need anybody to tell me to do something or try this thing in order to complete me as a person, because I'm so confident. Okay, maybe not so confident, but I am already confident in who I am. I don't need a substance to fill me. I don't need this or that or the other thing to make me feel better, because I already know how to do that on my own, right? So being real is going to help you to find your people. It's going to help you to, you know, surround yourself with better influences. I'm not going to say this in a braggadocious way whatsoever, but there's not a lot of people like me, in the sense that I don't think in terms of the common folk. I don't think in terms of this world, really. I think in terms of existentialism, philosophy, the depth and meaning of life. There's more to life than just what you can see visually. There's more to life than just all these five senses. There's a sixth sense, and that sense is your soul. That sense is the intuition of how something should be. And that is a sense that not a lot of people carry, which is why I find myself straying away from certain individuals, because those are not my people. The people of this world, the people that I work with that go out to drink after work, the people that party, the people that don't live intentional lives, those are not my people. And now, after I've kind of garnered some attention, I realize that there is more people out there. There is more individuals like myself. And yes, they're hard to find, but the internet exists, which is crazy. The internet exists, and I realize, like, I'm not alone. I'm not alone. And that has only happened because I was real with myself. I wasn't sure if I wanted to put out the video of me, you know, talking about being loved versus lusted after. But it was probably the best thing I could have done, because I was 100% real in that video, talking about my struggle as a spiritual individual, having conflicted feelings about garnering attention from other people in real life, but not necessarily wanting the attention in a specific way. And people saw that, and people resonated with it. And it was only because I spoke the truth, and I was 100% authentic to who I am. Your people will come when they realize that you do not care what anybody says. You stand firm on your beliefs, and that is non-negotiable. I believe that's a rule in 48 Laws of Power, but you stand on what you believe in, And people will respect you for it. They may not understand you, they may not even like you, but they have no choice but to respect you for that. Because someone who changes their beliefs for someone else on a whim like that, you have to question whether or not they actually have a personality, whether they have an identity, if they're willing to change it so quickly for someone else. This is a message on being real. Just be yourself, man. Like, I know people say it all the time, be yourself, be authentic. But genuinely, if you do this, you're going to be respected for people who see you for you. People who don't, you know, they'll fall into the shadows. They won't be prominent figures in your life. The people who mess with you will mess with you hard. And that's what this is all about, man. And yeah, you know, I'm just a guy talking about my personal feelings, my experiences in life, my endeavors for the future. And I think people are seeing that. I'm not some fancy YouTube channel. I don't edit my videos like crazy. These are usually just one take videos. But because I'm so authentic, relatable, I guess people like it. Like, I started posting 5 days ago. I've not seen growth this quick for anything this fast. Last night I had 270 subscribers before I went to sleep, which was around now. And now I have 537. So thank you guys for that. I really appreciate you. And there is a lot more to come. You can subscribe for more content if you feel so inclined to. I'm also going to leave the Instagram down in the description as well if you want to follow that. But I appreciate you guys, you know. This means a lot to me. I'm going to show you right now, dude. All these comments that I have not even responded to yet. But these are mostly people. Mostly people. These are like 95% people that feel the same as me. And you know, you have no idea how much this means to me, because I felt alone for so long. I felt alone for so long in this world with the way I felt, with the way I operated, with the way I did things. You know, I'm not a loud person. I observe people. I look at the world. I look at the way it works. I look at human behavior, why people do things, the way they do them. And I've learned a lot about others, myself, society. I've realized over my lifetime that there is a lack of critical thinking. There's a lack of growth mentality. There's not a lot of people that know how to make progress. There's not a lot of people that even want it. But it's crazy to see that there's so many people that are like-minded, and I'm not the only one. I'm not the only person that feels the way I do. And the only way I was able to do that was by staying real. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to subscribe for more content, feel free to do that. Like, we're going to the moon with this. Because I feel like I have a lot to say, and I feel like I'm sitting on a lot of knowledge and potential for the future. And it's only now where I'm realizing, like, this is real. Like, people mess with this heavy. So it's only up from here, man. Subscribe for more content. If you want to follow the Instagram, I'll leave it down in the description. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.